You think the first thing she notices is your face. You think it is your money. You think it is your hair. Those are guesses. They matter less than you imagine. The first thing she notices is the way you move through the room. The way you hold your attention. The quiet in your voice. That is what hits before the small talk begins. Imagine a man walking into a cafe. He's in his late 40s. He has a jacket, he is tidy. He does not hurry. He does not try to be loud. He lowers himself into a chair without announcing himself. His shoulders are relaxed. His eyes meet another pair of eyes for a moment, then he looks away with soft brevity. That pause is all she needs to know: two things. He can be patient. He can be present. Those two things change the whole interaction before a single sentence is spoken. Most men think attraction lives in lines, in swagger, in the right joke. They chase the visible proof. They chase likes, matches, validation. They confuse noise with presence. But presence is quiet. Presence is the slow, steady pulse behind the noise. It is what older men can develop if they choose. It is what youth often lacks, because youth still needs to prove itself. You feel small sometimes. You see younger men get attention. You wonder where you fit. You stay up late scrolling. You send the text you will regret tomorrow. You rehearse a speech that never lands. The pain is real. It sits in your chest like a weight. You do not need to deny it. You need to point it. Name it, meet it. That is the first step. A Stoic truth helps here. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. This line is not a copy of a textbook. It is a tool. It is a lens. Use it to separate what you control from what you do not. You cannot control another person's glance. You can control the way you stand when that glance lands. Let us start with presence. Presence is the foundational currency. Women notice it first because it answers an unspoken question. Can this man be relied on to be steady? Presence answers that with the body before words form. A steady gaze that is not hungry. A breathing pattern that is even. A calm pace of speech. Those are signals of safety. Safety is attractive. It is also rare. How to build presence? Start small. Practice a 2-minute breathing check every morning. Stand in front of a mirror. Breathe in for 4 counts. Breathe out for 6. Feel the chest relax. Hold your posture like something that matters. This is not vanity. It is training. It sends a message to your nervous system. It retrains your body to move from urgency to calm. Next, posture and voice. Women notice the shape you make in space. A man who rounds his shoulders inward looks smaller. A man whose chest is open looks more capable. The voice follows the body. When you move like a man who trusts himself, your voice slows. It deepens slightly. It no longer tries to jam too much meaning into each sentence. That stillness gives words room to land. A practical cue. When you sit, choose the seat that allows you to sit with your back against the chair. Put your feet on the floor. Open your hands, do not clench. Lower your shoulders. Speak in phrases, not in long lists. Let silence be part of your rhythm. Silence gives shape. Use it. Now, competence and quiet authority. Women notice competence, even if they do not list it when asked. Competence shows in how you handle small problems. It shows when a glass slips and you catch it without apology. It shows when you speak calmly about what you know and admit what you do not know. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be dependable. Think of competence like a background skill. It is not a one-time display. It is the accumulation of small decisions over years. It is paying your bills on time. It is being on time. It is finishing a task even when it is tedious. Those small acts build a sense in others that you can be trusted when things get hard. Consider a simple modern example. You get a late-night text after a few drinks. The message is needy, reactive, or accusatory. Your first impulse is to answer right away. You imagine reasons, explanations, apologies, pause. Do nothing for a moment. Give yourself 24 hours. Use that pause. Observe what you feel without acting on it. When you reply after the pause, your words will be cleaner. They will show you in control. That control is magnetic. It shows you are not moved by every flicker. Here is another real scene. A man in his 50s loses his job. He spends the first week stunned. He sees himself through the old measurement of value, the salary, the title. He begins to worry that women will see only the loss. He starts to hide. He withdraws. The Stoic practice is to accept the fact, then to act. He writes a plan. He trains his skill. He takes small jobs. He wakes up early. After 3 months, he is leaner, more disciplined, more useful. He walks into a room with a different energy. The change is not in the wallet. It is in the habit. That habit is visible. Emotional control is another trait women notice early. Not coldness, not repression, calm. A man who does not explode at the first sign of drama signals security. Emotional control is not pretending you do not feel. It is feeling and choosing. It is the difference between reacting and responding. Practice a moment of observation when you feel provoked. Name the sensation. Tightness in the chest. Heat in the face. A rush to speak. Say silently, "This is only a sensation." Breathe twice. Then choose the action that fits the man you want to be. That split second is everything. It builds a pattern she reads as maturity. You might say, "But I want passion." Calm is not the enemy of passion. Calm is the channel for passion. Passion that is steady lasts. Passion that floods and drowns dies quickly. A steady man can give his best self at the right time. That is more attractive than constant volatility. Next insight, clarity of purpose. Women notice if you move towards something. It can be work. It can be art. It can be a family. It can be a habit. What matters is not the scale. It is directionality. A man who trains for a marathon has the same signal as a man who trains for a business. The point is, he invests energy in long-term goals. That investment shows competence, consistency, and self-respect. Make a short list tonight. 1 sentence. What are you moving toward? No more than 3 items. 1 line per item. Read it in the morning. This tiny habit rewires your decisions. It creates a spine. That spine changes the way you sit, speak, and walk. Now talk about style without money. Dress matters up to a point. You do not need designer labels. You need fit and care. Clean shoes, a jacket that sits well, a watch that keeps time. Small things say, "I care about my life." That message matters. But do not confuse clothing with value. Clothes are the suit. The man is the weight under it. Confidence versus arrogance. Women notice the difference in one moment. Arrogance pushes. Confidence invites. Confidence listens longer. Confidence does not interrupt. It allows curiosity. It asks questions that land. It speaks with calm conviction. That balance is a muscle you can build by practicing 2 habits. First, let the other person finish their sentence. Second, when you speak, speak 1 idea at a time. Let each idea have room. We must deal with the inner story you tell yourself. Age brings stories. My best years are behind me. I am not attractive anymore. I missed my chance. Those are narratives. They are not facts. Replace them with a different line. Say, "I am getting better at what matters." Repeat that. Say it until the body believes it. The body will then act accordingly. A practical exercise that rewires your inner story is the daily victory list. Each night, write 3 things you did well that day. Keep it short, 1 line per item. Do this for 30 days. Notice the movement in your mood. Over time, your internal dialogue will stop erasing your wins. It will start building them. That shift is visible. Other people will notice. You will notice. We arrive at vulnerability. Women notice emotional availability. Not the public performance of feelings. Not the dramatic confession in a bar. Quiet availability is the kind that listens and knows when to ask a deep question. It is the man who can say, "I do not have an answer right now, but I want to understand." That honesty is rare. That directness is powerful. A small test you can do. Next time she shares something that matters, do not solve it. Do not offer a quick fix. Ask a question that digs deeper. Support, not rescue. That posture is magnetic because it shows you can hold space. Now, the slow work. Consistency eats showmanship. Little steps each day create a large presence over time. The gym is not a weekend spectacle. It is 3 to 5 visits a week. The project is not a burst of energy then fading. It is steady completion. Consistency builds a tone. That tone broadcasts reliability. Reliability becomes trust. Trust becomes attraction. Here is a dark psychological principle to keep near your pocket. People read patterns, not moments. A single good night matters less than months of similar behavior. Do not rely on charm for one moment. Build a pattern. That truth is not manipulative. It is factual. Use it to orient your life. Show up. Be steady. Repeat. Over time, the pattern will speak louder than your pitch. Let us bring this to 2 short scenes that will stick. Scene 1, the late night text. She texts, "Why did you not call?" The text keeps coming. Your heart jumps. You are tempted to explain. You imagine the worst. Instead, you do 3 things. Breathe twice. Reframe the message as information, not attack. Wait 8 hours. Then reply with 2 sentences. Acknowledge her feeling. Offer 1 calm reason. Ask how she feels now. That pause in the small replies show you are not owned by the moment. They show you respect. That is attractive. Scene 2. The gym mirror and the job loss. You stand in the gym and compare. The mirror shows lines you did not expect. You remember the title you had, the money you made. You feel less. You decide not to shrink. You choose a small plan. You stop comparing. You train 3 times a week. You work on a skill for 30 minutes daily. You keep a ledger of small wins. After months, your posture changes. Your speech improves. You join a conversation, and your silence has weight. People notice because you moved through loss with action. These scenes are not tricks. They are choices. They are practices that rewire the way your nervous system reacts. They change the baseline state you bring to interactions. Now, a mental training exercise to build all of this quickly. Call it the 3 pauses. Pause 1, the evidence pause. When you feel a rush to react, ask yourself, what is the evidence? What do I really know? This shrinks the drama into facts. Pause 2, the breath pause. Take 3 slow breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel your shoulders drop. This calms the body. Pause 3, the purpose pause. Ask, what would the man I respect do next? Choose that action. It may be silence. It may be a short message. It may be a steady joke. Choose the action that matches a long view. Practice these pauses for a week. Notice the difference in your replies. Notice the difference in your posture. This is not magic. It is training. Let us speak about language. Women notice how you speak to others. If you belittle people, it will reveal a weakness. If you are generous with respect, it reveals strength. Politeness is not weakness. It is a form of power. Use it. Respect also shows in small social cues. Hold the door. Put your phone away. Make eye contact when someone speaks to you. These acts are not archaic. They are signals of focus. They say you care about presence. They are noticed by others. We must handle fear of rejection. This fear ages you faster than time. The remedy is small exposures. Make 1 small move that risks a polite no. Ask for a coffee. Offer help without expectation. Accept a no without storm. Each small exposure reduces the panic. Over time, you build a tolerance for the risk. That tolerance is part of attraction. It says you can handle loss. That is rare and valuable. Now tie everything together with a single image. Picture a lake at dawn. The surface is glass. The world is clear and calm. That lake is your presence. It reflects without drama. People see themselves in it, and they feel safe. They come close. That is the work, to be like the lake, not to shout, not to chase, to be steady and reflective. We will end with a final test you can do tonight. Go into the mirror and say 1 sentence about yourself that is true and kind, not boastful, not a plea. This sentence can be, I am learning to hold my calm, or I show up for my life. Say it out loud for 30 seconds. Breathe into it, then write 1 small action you will take tomorrow that proves the sentence true. That action can be a text you will not send until the next day. It can be a 30-minute workout. It can be a call you will make to a friend. Do it the next day, repeat. This is how habits become signal. Before I close, 1 final line from the old school that matters here. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Use that power not to control people. Use it to master your moment. Use it to be the steady thing in a noisy world. If this landed, do 1 thing. Share 1 moment when silence taught you more than words. Tell 1 small victory you built with steady days. Comment below and make it short. If you found value, like the video. If you want more, subscribe. We do this work together. This is Stoic Truth, where silence becomes strength.